Yeah, that's an interesting bowling alley. Kind of an interesting place. It's pretty cool. The Lucky Strike. We're gonna try to get ourselves some rides here. See what I can do. There you are. Yeah, there we are. It's a little more like it. I don't know if I like this hat. Let's try this other hat. Let's see here. This go back to my Route 66 hat. At any rate, yeah, get some AC going here. Here in Arizona is just hot. I mean, it's just freaking hot. And, I mean, it can get like you're on another planet, like Mars effect or something. Things can get really weird. Kind of a pretty girl just pulled up, so I had to smile at her. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about, as far as the age discrimination, part 3, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about carrying a little case with you. That just looks very professional. I just got to tell you, if you're in this business, the longer you're in it, the worse it gets. I mean, it doesn't have to, not if you do it right. But if you've got to be able to understand that age is going to be something that's against you. So what are you going to do to counteract that? How are you going to reinvent yourself to have the age cool? It's cool to be your age. Everybody wants to be you, that type of thing. It's cool. And one of the things is just be real professional. Have all your ducks in a row, your learning material, your phone, and if people are saying, well, just learn the material, and they're not giving you any material, don't let that upset you. People just really have their head up their ass so far they can't pull it out. So don't worry about that, really. I mean, don't worry about people. Just try to get the learning material. They're not going to give it to you. They're not going to text it to you or email it to you or physically hand it to you. You can't do anything. You're not God. You can't work these miracles. And a lot of times today, especially, people think that we can just look in by osmosis or know what's going on in other people's minds, and you can't, you're not going to know what, what the song list is going to be unless they give it to you. So try to get the song list, try to get some stuff, come back with everything learned. If they're not, respecting the fact that you took the time to learn their stuff, and they've got you, who's been in this for decades now, working for them, then, you can just politely decline, go somewhere else, keep it on with the situations, but at the same time, don't let people brutalize you. So don't allow that to happen. When that starts to happen, just politely decline and go somewhere else. Go do something else. You don't have to continue with them. There's no, unless you've got some sort of contract that was signed or something. Now, if you're under contract, it's a whole other thing, I just cannot believe how long it's just like, we're not on a peak hour right now, so we're just revving up to get into the next phase of things here, rideshare wise, but that gives me opportunity. It gives me opportunity to talk to you, and to let you know, don't give up. And understand that through technology, through other different things, it's not so much that today has changed. We just got these gadgets now that everybody's relies on, and they think that we can read their brains, like I can somehow scan their brain with my Android phone. You can't do it. So like I said, and be selective of the groups that you work with. Not only do you have to meet their expectations, but you've been in this a long time. They also have to meet yours. So if they're, even if they're out there working, if they're requiring you to do a bunch of stuff and they're upset because you haven't done it, and they're not giving you any of the learning material, go with who gives you the learning material. Go with who keeps in contact with you, who physically calls you on the telephone, who sends you text messages, who is, a leader. Everybody nowadays thinks you're a leader. They really do. They just believe that they're, let me lead you. I'm your lead guitar. Let me lead. I'm leading you. Do you feel it, baby? Do you feel me leading you? When I lead you, how does that make you feel, baby? But you know what I'm talking about. They want to lead, but they don't want any responsibilities. Oh, we're the leader? No. You do everything on your own. We're not going to tell you. If you're going to be the leader of the band, honestly, and maybe I'll speak a little to you leaders out there too, because you've got to be the leader. You've got to tell people what you want. If you don't tell people what you want, what's expected out of them, I think you know what this is, so just do it. No, you've got to have the learning material intact. It is a new day and age, but I'll tell you what, not so different that you get to not have any responsibilities. No, be a responsible person. So it's not like I can sit here and say, okay, this is a new day and age. I'm irresponsible. I get to be irresponsible. No, you still have to be a responsible human being. You still have to be responsible. And if you are a leader, you know, you've got to make sure that your people are getting along in your band, that they're not, when one player is playing, another isn't also doing something weird in the background. If they can't do chords, if they can't play rhythm guitar or, do full bows that are non-intrusive, if they're asked not to do something and they just keep doing it, and you've got players that are, saying, hey, it's affecting the way I play what they're doing, and they're not changing, then you're the problem. You're at fault. You're the leader of the band. You're supposed to be on top of this. Not at the bar drinking. Not out at the car snorting cocaine. Not in the back bedroom at mom and dad's house sniffing model glue. You're supposed to be taking care of this situation. I had to get a little rough that time, happy baby. But, you need to know that this is a group effort. This is a community. This is a situation from one to the other. Man, if you are a band leader and you're just so dense that you don't understand that your players, to keep their level up here, they have to be involved in